Hey, what's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Raider Nation Jason. I'm a day early. I have a training tomorrow, so instead of missing a day, I'm gonna definitely, come early. So, here I go. Las Vegas Raiders versus Detroit Lions. Who comes out on top? Both suffered losses last week. Who gets it back on track? Raider Nation, Raider Nation. Oh, happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Yeah, like I said, I have a training tomorrow, so I am off today. I have a short training to go to, but for the most part, I'm off today. Um, yeah, so last week was a tough one. Definitely a tough one. We lost to a Division II quarterback. We always talk about any given Sunday. Um, I talked about him being a crafty runner, and he hit us for a couple. Um, yeah, tough loss, but it is what it is. I tried to look at it in the plus side coming into this Lions matchup. That okay, so we lost last week. Everyone was kind of expecting us to, see a hiccup with Detroit Lions, but we technically, since we were supposed to win last week and we, we're supposed to lose this week. If we win this week, we'll be back right where we expect it to be. So, um, small plus in this, negative situation, but there still is a chance. So, looking ahead, Detroit Lions, 5-2, lost to Baltimore, 38-6. Um, we suffered similar defeat, so we're both licking our chops. We have a lot of injuries, so Marcus Peters, I guess the reason for him being the Matador was because I guess his back was hurting, and maybe that's why he couldn't, trying to get the benefit of the doubt, but, he definitely wasn't trying to put any effort to, some of these tackles, so maybe that was the reason. But I'm going to speak on, on the Josh McDaniels rant, though, but so one thing I seen, kind of watching the Detroit and Baltimore, um, Detroit was trying to kind of plug up the middle. Um, they were trying to force them kind of one way to the either outside. Um, but Lamar Jackson was kind of the wrong quarterback for that because he can create his own kind of space and create more time in the pocket, and he can also escape. Um, he gave them pretty much a hard time. And see, one thing that we don't have is a mobile quarterback, so it's not going to look nowhere close to that. We don't have someone that's going to escape the pocket and slide and get more time. Our line is not allowing us to do so at this current moment. Whatever, how do you say, game plan that Josh McDaniels has, it's not. Our line doesn't allow us to see it in its fullest. And so it pretty much looks like busted plays. There's a lot of incompletions, a lot of early throws, just trying to get the ball out, but we're not. It's the routes aren't. The routes aren't. The routes are not being ran to pretty much where the wide receivers are allowed to get open. Um, again, it's starting to kind of click, but it seems like every week it's someone else is injured, someone else is not going to be there. It's like, and it's just, there's no opportunity to build chemistry because either Jimmy's out, Devontae's out with concussion protocol, Myers is out with concussion protocol. So it's this constant cycle. So it's hard to kind of get into that rhythm. And we've had Hoyer, we've had Aiden, we've had Jimmy. So it's like there's no consistency. Surprise, surprise, no consistency. But that being said, we still have a chance. We still have our opportunity. Now, this Detroit team is different than the past, I say 20 plus years of Detroit football. They're playing as a top 3 team in the NFC, and they are one of the best teams in the NFL. They're now 6th in offensive. It's expected points. I forgot the last one, but it's pretty much they're the odds of them scoring pretty much each drive. They're very efficient in their scoring, except for last week. But and seventh, let me see, seventh on defense. So they're top 10 defense. Something we're hopefully building towards, but we definitely had some struggles last week. And like I talked about this a little earlier, yeah, it's kind of what I see. Detroit was stuck on plugging up the inside, and we're exposed on Lamar and the Ravens to break outside. We must be able to create in our run and screen game. Yeah, we have to be creative. We have to be, we can't go out there and be vanilla because the Lions have a chance of they have a chance of blowing us out of the water if we allow them to. But we have to slow the game down by keeping our offense on the field, keeping them off the field, and limiting pretty much the explosive plays. Now, one thing, like I talked about this kind of earlier in the season, one thing that I was very kind of skeptical about, the direction of our team was pretty much how we don't really have a deep wide receiver room, of legit, able to be, number two, number three, even like we don't have a deep wide receiver room. Detroit does. Detroit has at least 4 to 5 wide receivers that they can kind of put on us. And we don't have the secondary at this moment due to injuries to be able to cover everybody. So somebody has the opportunity to get exposed this game. But at the same time, they also have a chance to, hopefully make plays. But if I'm every time I do these breakdowns, I always think of kind of both sides because if I look at it, playing the Lions, but yes, at the same time I look at it as if the Lions playing us, how would they play us? Like how would I play us if I was them? Like how would I stop us? So and unfortunately, week in and week out we've had like I said, the inconsistency of our roster, of our starters, to be able to kind of, base anything really on because it's like there'll be a game or two played with this guy, and then right when they kind of start getting comfortable, they're out, and then this person's out. The defense has been kind of keeping us in games the last couple weeks. I guess we expected a little more from them last week, but the offense has to do better. We got what we expected out of Hoyer. Pretty much nothing. We were all hollering for Aiden to start. So that's kind of what I wanted to get into is, I kind of talked about it a little bit last night in the chats last night, but it was, I get it. Well, actually, I don't get it. Let me stop. I'm gonna stop with, I've tried my hardest to believe, but 1+1 will always be 2. Sometimes 11. But um, the whole thing with Hoyer, so he's here because he fits the scheme and all this kind of stuff. But if he's okay, Siri, cancel. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. This thing just popped up, but yeah, let me go back to. So Hoyer's supposed to be here because he's supposed to give Aiden the roster pretty much breakdowns and everything like that, or sorry, the playbook. He knows the playbook and everything like that, and he's supposed to be the veteran, that's supposed to, help mentor, our young quarterback. But if him himself can't even, like, because what are you showing the kid? Like if you're not doing it in the game, like what are you should really teaching him? How are you mentoring him if you're throwing interceptions? Um, I have a guest, guys, coming. Let me see. Let me let him on real quick. Morris was good, man. How are you? Let's see. I'll let you get him.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yep, loud and clear. Can you hear me? There we go.
Okay. I can't hear you. That's kind of weird.
Ooh.
Um, let's check it out. That's just on. I think that's on my side of things. That's the issue, not your side of things. Let's see. Where's my speakers 3 USB audio device? Let me see if my music works.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, my speakers just need to be plugged in.
Yeah. So let me shout out the chat real quick.
Oh, there we go. I think I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
All right, for sure.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, got you, brother. How's everything?
Unable to access camera. I was literally showing me my camera right now. Oh, there we go. There you go.
There we go.
Boom. There we go. We in it.
Bam.
We in it.
Good to go.
we ready to roll.
Yes, sir. To the guys out there, my cat doesn't want me to be successful. So if you see a little head popping up and down, she's very mad at me because I put a collar on with a bell. So she might be out to get me.
Yeah, there
So
you go. She's
we'll be
after
about
you. She's on the prowl. She's got a new prey for the predator.
definitely. Morris, what's going on, man? How we doing?
It's been going good. The office has been going fine. Good to see you. Good to talk to you once again, brother.
Man, you too, brother. I and see while we're on here too, like me and Morris met during our time at the Nature Conservancy. And I was gonna say I'll give you a chance to kind of talk about the Nature Conservancy too, and like what you do.
Yeah, well, I don't work. I work on their behalf and stuff. Me and Jason were fundraisers together at the for like a canvassing company, new canvassing experience and stuff. And we did it on behalf of one of the charities was the Nature Conservancy, and like they just like buy and protect land. You know what I'm saying? Like the Marin Headlands in the Bay Area is like a big kind of area that they protected and stuff. I don't want to make this environmental class 101 and stuff, but they help out nature and stuff. That's at least what they try to do. So and it seemed like you like the cause and stuff at the time.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and it's something that like you can be proud of too, because a lot of people don't know that there's things that you can do to to save this place, man. Like, because there's a lot of people that do damage. Like, when I was younger, like I used to litter and stuff like that. Forgive me, but what I'm
That's all
saying, like,
good.
but what I'm saying, like, I used to do all that kind of stuff. But but as if you care about, man, the place you live, because it's not like only for yourself, it's for your kids, it's for your grandkids, it's for like the future, because
Yeah,
it's not, we can't be selfish and just think about like just us for now and stuff like that. It's for our kids and stuff like that. We want them to breathe good air. We want them to be able to play in clean streets, play those street football games in clean streets. You know what I
you know what
mean?
I'm
So
saying?
that's what it's about. But uh we didn't come for that today. We came to talk some Raider
The
football today.
Raiders.
Let's go.
The Raiders.
Yep. Shout to the chat, man. Yeah, it came. I could have answered that like live. You know what I mean? I was on typing that, but yeah, it came with the fonts. Shout
Restream, I guess.
to yeah, Restream to they changed. They have like a spooky font today. It's pretty dope today. So but yeah, yeah, this is Morris. Also a Raider fan, big Raider fan. So we were just talking about Detroit and this matchup. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one, but any given Sunday, brother.
any given Sunday, I love that. Yeah, because so as the betting, because this screams upset, right? This screams like everyone's of course saying Detroit, Detroit, Detroit.
You can't blame them, right? But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's
It's like, but this is kind of where we shine, man. This is where we kind of we were known to beat the teams that no one gives us a chance to.
exactly,
Uh,
bro.
Going back to, I think it was the Green Bay game. They everyone was like, "Yeah, Green Bay. Yeah, I picked Green Bay. Green Bay."
Damn, really, a lot of people were picking Green Bay. I was like, worst case, it's like 50-50. Worst
Yeah,
case, it's 50-50, bro. It's in our house, where it's not like we're that fucking mad, bro. Like, what?
yeah.
Oh, do you like mind swearing, by the way?
Oh yeah, no, no, not at all, man.
Okay, okay.
It's Friday, man.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like, I
what?
was, I didn't think, it was like that. I'm like, we beat Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? It's just showing love, and I think our defense took care of business in that game. So,
Yeah, definitely. And then like last week, we expected them to kind of bail us out, but they
they couldn't tackle a chicken sandwich.
yeah. I think the negative play of the game was Marcus Peters doing the Matador
Yeah,
and
he just was like, I'm gonna make a business decision real quick.
make a hey, there's nothing wrong with making a finger tackle. When you're
You know what I'm saying?
trying to win a game.
Look, with Marcus Peters, you know what you get. You're getting a cover corner that can cover and occasionally get you an interception. You're not getting a tackler. You're not
Yeah,
getting like a nickel back that's going to get in the business, getting the blitzes, getting the tackles, do the dirty work. That's not who Marcus
yeah,
Peters is. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
it kind of sucks that this is what we have. Hopefully, what Brandon Faison can come back. Maybe he can do with add a bit more of some wrinkles to the
Yeah.
defense. Where is Brandon facing? He's still on IR, bro. Like, what's going
I,
on?
yeah, that's been the topic too. Like, because McDaniel's, kind of played it like, oh yeah, he'll be back soon, and but I mean, what is soon? It's
Where
almost,
is he, bro? Like, what?
it's almost Christmas. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, so can I have it for Christmas? Some kribba? Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean Hanukkah, bro? I'm Jewish. Can I
that
a Hanukkah present? Like, what's going
that's
on? Like,
something.
bro.
And it's crazy because we're hitting our secondary too because we have no Bennett, we have no
Wait, Bennett's out?
yeah,
I didn't even.
Bennett was been out the last few weeks, and then we had Marcus Peters. I guess his back is his back is hurting,
Of
so
course.
careful,
Is Hobbs? What's his stat? He's always like in and out. He's
yeah, I think he was out last week, so I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm hoping he comes back too, because man, he's really all we got left.
Raiders injury. Well, I guess what's his fate? Was it Sam Webb or Tyler Hall? It's like from the practice squad or whatever. He's
Yeah,
kind of decent. He can fill in, make an impact and stuff. Let's see, injury report. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Who's let's see. So the DNP, interesting. Carlson was DNP for practice this week. That's interesting. Cash Money Carlson. But
cash, cash
as
money.
yeah, cash. Well, actually, I don't know. Recently, not that cash money.
Yeah,
It's been we've had the loan. It's not cash money. It's loan money, Carlson. You know what I'm saying? It's for the future, I guess. But yeah, let's see. Daniel Carlson, Marcus Peters. Um, those are the two DMPs for practice. But Nate Hobbs was at least limited practice. Jimmy G limited practice. Crosby limited. Curtis Bolton limited. Some depth at the linebacker, I guess. Jacorian Bennett limited practice. Okay, hopefully he'll be in. And then Devontae has like a shoulder thing, but he did full practice. So yeah,
yeah. I think Devontae could, and see the thing about Devontae too. He knows Detroit, well. He's
uh,
played them, enough
that's
to.
good.
But like I said, this is a different Detroit team.
I guess also Jimmy G, he comes from the NFC as well, so he might have some familiarity with the Lions a little bit. Because yeah, like even in like a press conference, like McDaniel is kind of admitted, like yeah, we're kind of just like learning them a little bit and stuff. Normally he doesn't say too much, but he was like, yeah, we're kind of like learning them for the first time and stuff. And he said like kind of the usual McDaniel stuff, but it was just kind of interesting him saying like all three phases. He said that like three times, all three phases, bro. That's like
And,
one of his catchphrases, bro. All three
yeah,
phases, bro.
and
Yeah,
you know, you know.
but it's interesting with is the interviews where he does really say stuff. It's like really interesting to like listen, like how he chooses what he does and doesn't say. I mean, I don't really mind. I don't really mind if he doesn't choose to really say much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his coaching. I haven't been the biggest fan of his coaching, but I'm not certainly on the camp that we should just freaking fire him now. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. If he doesn't want to show his cards, that's fine, and honestly, probably a good thing. So.
Yeah, Ben said, shout to Raider Ben too. He said Nate Hobbs is back. He's been practicing, so that's definitely good news. Definitely good news. That is a plus, definitely. And then yeah, David Long. I'm not too much of a fan on David Long too, but I just feel
It's just a depth piece, I'm saying you can't. You know what you get with these like people who are like third stringers and stuff. I can't put it on them. It's just at that point where it's just depth. You know what I'm saying? But I do like Tyler Hall maybe a little bit more than David Long, I guess.
what's your view on Brian Hoyer?
Brian Hoyer, I mean, Jag, he's just another guy.
God,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I think even the interception that he threw, if I remember it, I don't even really think it was his fault. I feel like it was more Jacob's fault. Like the ball could have been like last game. I feel like the ball could have been thrown a little bit better, but I feel like that was more on Jacobs and stuff with that interception. He's not horrible, but he's not like the worst thing. Then he's just a serviceable backup at this point. But for me, I've seen what I've seen I haven't seen what I've seen because he's still developing. I've seen what I can see from Aiden O'Connell. I've seen what I can see from Hoyer. I feel like Aiden O'Connell at least has a higher ceiling and can help us, win games that we might otherwise not. At the time, I didn't really think it was a bad decision to start Brian Hoyer because I thought, well, hey, given the caliber of the Bears, maybe you just need some like stable, just like basic backup level quarterback to get the job done. But clearly not the case. Clearly, we just were horrible against the Bears. They literally, one of their tight ends literally admitted in an interview, he was like, "Dude, this was like not the team that we saw in like our like film reviews and stuff." Like he was like, "Yeah, I think they like I don't know, they just were just like jet lagged or something. They're just like really slow and like it's like I don't know they, but whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
yeah, man.
one thing I talked about too is like we don't really have a mobile guy. Like we don't have a mobile threat.
No.
Not even someone that could pretend like he's mobile. You know what I mean? So it's like
Well, Jimmy
all
G sort of pretends sometimes. He has a little bit of happy feet, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
But like like if you're scheming for this team, right? You're like, okay, all I got to do is just make sure we get to him. Like he's not going to go nowhere. So all we have to do is just get to him. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
because and it's just a spot. It's just like let's get to his spot. It's like meet him at his spot, and then just we'll take our chances if he breaks a 3 yard run or something like that. But all they got to do is just rush hard for 3 plays. You know what I mean? And then it's punt.
yeah. I think probably it's not the end of the world if you have just like a pocket passer and stuff. But if your guy's a pocket passer, you need to be able to throw it deep. And Jimmy G, he can throw it deep. He's just not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like all the media guys with the Raiders and stuff, they're like saying it. Like I see him freaking throw the deep ball in practice. He's done it in previous games, but he's not doing it against us. It's like if you're gonna be that guy in the pocket and stuff, and that's like kind of the McDaniel system. What I'm saying? Sure, defenses know that, okay, if we get to him, we can get to him. But at least don't make the defenses know, oh, we know we can get to him, we can get to him. Also, this guy isn't even going to throw deep, so we can stuff the box and even send more people after him because
Exactly.
he ain't going to sling it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's kind of embarrassing that Brian Hoyer had the longest throw of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like
2 plays into it. 2 plays into the game, or something. Like something crazy early.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's you know.
Let's check out the chat. I don't know about NorCal. I'm not trying out on the 50-yard line. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Checking out the chat and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah. But what are your thoughts aside from his little quirks as I guess a person and stuff? What are your thoughts on? I gave you a little bit of my thoughts on McDaniels and stuff. What are your thoughts?
So, in all honesty, I'll give you my true. I'll give you like my opinion of what's going on.
Hmm.
I feel Josh McDaniels, Mark Davis, Ziegler, all know the plan. They all know basically they need the future quarterback of this team, like through the draft. Aiden was a cool draft pick for where he was picked, but I don't think he's the ultimate future. I mean, he potentially will be probably the number two, going forward. But I feel like Josh McDaniels has asked for his own top three quarterback. So the only way you're going to get to that top three quarterback is to not win as many games as a lot of other teams. So,
Or do
uh,
trades or trade up.
yeah, or trade up, and I see that's an option too, and that's a very good point too because I feel like I would rather that option than us tanking because I hate us losing. I just
Nah,
hate that
nah.
version, and it's like I I don't see us as that bad. Like our offense was supposed to be like a top eight, and then it's like we cannot be this terrible,
Yeah,
like
I
really are,
know, right?
and
Like,
that's what screams because like I think so Hoyer is kind of over the hill, and I feel like Aiden needs these reps more than Hoyer does. If this is what Hoyer's going to do with him, Aiden can do the same thing. And it's like if we're gonna lose, we might as well get our future. If they see him as the future, because like I said, that was just my opinion of kind of how, because I feel like McDaniels hasn't got his true quarterback yet
No.
because he got Derek Carr, which we know what
Yeah.
Derek Carr was. He got Aiden, and everyone kind of, we all kind
He
of thought
showed
that
us
that
some
was,
things.
yeah.
You know.
But if McDaniel's had to probably make an excuse, which I'm pretty sure it'll come, is well, I never had that top. I never had that my true top three, top five
As
quarterback.
a
So
head coach and stuff. So true, Ben. I agree with you like so much, bro. Just win, baby, man. Literally, it's not just tank. Like only time you should tank is in like the deep throws of the season and stuff, man. Like, and the closest we did to tanking wasn't even tanking. Like was last season, the last two games where we
yeah,
benched Carr, and it wasn't even like we were tanking. We just wanted to see what we had from Stidham, and like, well, I kind of like what I saw from Stidham. I'm not inside the locker room and stuff. I'm not the one drawing up the schemes. They felt like not like it was decent but not good enough, so we're not going to stick with them. But
and they traded for that guy too.
they
You know
did,
what I
they
mean?
did.
They gave up a draft pick for Stidham and then let him go to Denver.
Yeah, it was kind of that was kind of interesting and stuff. But I guess it's when you're coming in as like coming in with a new regime. Maybe you'll pay a premium price to get your guys, and then once they got a real look at their guys, and they're like, maybe not it. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's good that they aren't absorbed by like the sunken cost fallacy and stuff, where it's like we paid for them, but it was like it's just better to move on and stuff if that's what they believe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I
Especially for
agree with you so much, Raider Ben, man. Like, I'm a win, bro. I'm like, it's crazy seeing some of the Raider fans. You're like, yeah, man, I can't even see us winning another game. Like, bro, what?
yeah,
What?
like
Like, well, we can
yeah.
we can accidentally win a couple games, bro. Like, come on, it's the NFL, man. Like,
By Wednesday, I'm back on board. Like it takes me a couple days to kind of
yeah,
like
yeah. You gotta cool down from it a little bit when you see the
yeah.
loss, bro. Like,
Yeah, by Wednesday, Thursday, I'm like, all right, we got, there is a chance. We still got, it's like there's always a chance because it's like just like they got whacked last week, they can get whacked again this week, because
hundred
the
percent.
thing about when they take L's like that, things are exposed. And Baltimore did a good job of exposing, a lot of things with them. But I was saying earlier, too, that's a lot of Lamar Jackson, too, though. Because, I mean, we have no Lamar Jackson on our roster that can create his own space and
Yeah,
plays like that, too. So it's going to be a whole different
yeah.
different scheme.
I mean, hey, that's just not what what Daniels really wants and stuff, and he's gonna live and die by that. You know what I'm saying? But like I've said, if you're gonna have a pocket passer, he's got to be able to throw it, or not be able. He's got to be willing to throw it deep. Like even if you miss, honestly, even if you throw an interception with a deep ball is way different than throwing it, just over your the offensive line to the linebacker and getting an interception there. An interception with a deep ball is radically different. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously it's same on the stat sheet and stuff, but like an interception with a deep ball is radically different than an interception with the not deep ball, in my
Yeah,
in my humble opinion. You
it's
know what I'm saying?
like an extra punt, like an early
Yeah,
punt.
exactly, bro. Exactly. It's just like it's just a delayed punt or like an early punt. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
a little
saying? It's
early
an early punt. You know what I'm saying? And like
punt.
no way that on the deep ball, an interception's going to become a pick six. But with those short passes, an interception definitely can become a pick six, bro. So
Yep.
so yeah, but yeah, we got to add some wrinkles. I mean, it's probably a good problem to have that knowing that we have this potential with all the talent on our offense. It's not a talent issue. It's probably it's an execution and a coaching issue. You know what I'm saying? So that's different than a talent. We have the ability. We just need to get there with execution and coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he talked a good game too. Like when he was coming in as coach, he said,
He
you
said the
know,
right things. He said the right things.
yeah, week to week, every game is different, and it was, and so we were like, okay, expecting, okay, so he knows how to, break each team down and not get into the habit of just thinking that, your scheme's going to work every time and you can beat any team with, but he's not showing, that he knows anything, honestly.
Yeah, I think the real thing, and obviously he's in part to blame for this because he chose the rosters. now that he has the roster, I feel like he actually doesn't really have a lot of faith in our offense in terms of executing it, particularly because of the talent we have at quarterback and stuff. I'm saying I think that's why he's going for all of these. Your cat's popping off, bro. But he's
Straight. You don't want me to
telling the
have
world,
nothing
what
else.
I'm saying? This like Raiders,
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
Call it shady for a reason.
exactly, bro, exactly. But man, what was I saying? Even something about
McDaniel's great coaching.
yeah, like it's great coaching. But no, yeah, like with all these like field goals and stuff, I think he just believes that like we can't 3 points is higher than 0 points, and he doesn't think that we have the ability to execute in these short fourth down, like when our offense is stagnating. He doesn't feel like we can execute on those fourth down situations. We do have high like statistically conversion on fourth down, but he only goes for it on fourth down when he actually thinks we can go for it on fourth down. It's not
Yeah.
like he just has the magic fourth down wand. What I'm saying? He only goes for it when he reads the situation. It's like, oh, we can actually do this. Our offense has some momentum. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? At least that's my humble opinion. I think again he's kind of partly to blame for this because he chose the roster, but he doesn't think that with the talent we have at quarterback and other stuff, and how our offense sometimes stagnates, we can execute. So it's like 3 points is higher than 0, so he goes for these kicks. I'm saying, which is pretty sad. But we have the talent to put it together. So.
Yeah, and we've shown it. We've shown it in spots. We've shown it like I think Jimmy G is pretty much won the most for us. But it's like keeping Jimmy in the lineup is the hard part. When he's
Yeah,
there, I think he does really truly give us a pretty good chance to win when he's at his best. And
but
if
he
he
hasn't
can,
given us his best. I think even when he is there, that's my thing. That's my thought. I feel like he hasn't. He's
like
tried his best, but he's had more interceptions than touchdowns, which is like really bad, bro. Like, whoa, like Derek Carr didn't have more interceptions than touchdowns, bro. Like, jeez, man.
yeah, even the rough year that DC had last year, it wasn't this one.
Yeah, exactly, bro. He's just not. Yeah, he's not giving us his best, and like even though Jimmy G always had a lot of talent around him, like he's shown better than having more interceptions than touchdowns. He's better than that. So he's just got to find a way to do it. But I do remember, I forget who was against. Who was the guy? Who were the people we played before the Packers that we won against?
Was that the Patriot game?
Hey, I think it was
or
the
the Charger?
no. Oh no, it was a chart. So yeah, it was. I feel like Jimmy G actually played kind of decent against the like coming off of his injury. He kind of plays kind of decent a little bit, like after these breaks or whatever. He like sees the film, sees his mistakes and stuff. So I'm hopeful that part of our chances, like, and he kind of came back and played pretty decent against the Packers. Maybe he'll be able to do the same thing against the Lions because people have been saying like our offense hasn't even scored like over 19 points in a game, but we would actually scored more if Daniel Carlson made 2 more field goals against the Packers and stuff. So
yeah, we did against, I think it was the was it the Patriots where Max got
yeah,
the
yeah, it was.
safety.
But that was our offense plus defense scoring.
Oh,
You get what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? I say only our
True.
offense itself has
True
only
that,
scored
true that.
19 points at most. You know what I'm saying? And also against the Broncos, we won that game. We didn't need to score to win that game. We just needed to run out the clock, right? So again, there's been context, but it's not good to see that our offense hasn't scored more than 19 points. But we've shown the ability to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to go out there and do it.
Yeah, we need another legit wide receiver because I like how Jacoby Myers has stepped in. And I think because in the NFL, man, you have to have a three-headed monster. You have to have your possession guy, your speed guy, and then you got to have just your all around just possession receiver, just to get first downs like that. That
Yeah, Trey
clutch.
Tucker is probably he's starting to get more like our rookies are starting to get it going a little bit more. Michael Mayer is becoming really already starting to come good at blocking and like getting those receptions down. I mean, he had that like second 2-point conversion couple games ago, and like Trey Tucker had the longest reception of the season and stuff. So it's starting to come together for the rookies and add those extra heads to the monster. So
Yeah, we definitely have to stop getting off to these slow starts. It's always a battle because KC takes off. Like they lost the first game and they've won everything since.
yeah, man.
Yeah, so we have to somehow start better, start faster, keep everybody out of concussion protocol.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Robert Payne asked Renfro y'all's thoughts. I feel like I don't know, man. Like for his own sake, not even because I don't like him, just for him or whatever. We should just trade him. Like I feel bad. Like we're just not. It was like one game. There was one game he had where he had the ball in his hands once, and that was after grabbing the like a kickoff or an
Yeah,
onside kickoff or whatever. That was the only time he had the ball in his hands. It's like he is a better player than this. I don't know exactly what's happening. What I do, it's like our quarterback really isn't able to spread it around a good bit. That's really what's happening because there's plays where Renfro's open and it's like easy touchdowns for him and stuff, and he's shown the ability. But at this point, I feel like we should trade him just for his sake and stuff, and maybe we can get a good defensive player because given the talent that we have on defense, our defense is overperforming in my opinion. Would you agree? Would you agree?
oh yeah, definitely. I didn't expect. I actually expected the opposite. I
Yeah,
thought
I
the
know,
offense was
right?
going to be good, and then we were just going to be going like
We
those
bring the
30,
defense along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
38,
no, it's the
38 to
opposite, bro.
40 games, and like those 40 to 42 to
Yeah,
45 games, and like where we're just giving it up, but we're scoring. But now it's like, what is going on?
yeah,
Like,
I know, right? Particularly with an offensive-minded head coach and stuff who's had, who's had success offensively. That's what makes me think. It's like, yeah, you just, obviously he's kind of responsible for it because he chose the talent, but I don't think he has faith in our offense, and partly don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? So Jimmy G's really got to put it together. Um, but uh, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Renfro. Man, is for his own sake, we got to trade. What do you think about Renfro? Like how it's going with Renfro right now?
I think he's a better because so from the beginning, Renfro talked about like in an interview how he did not want to kind of be here anyway. So
Really? What?
yeah, there was an interview where he kind of talked about like when he got when he got picked. Of course he was grateful to be drafted, but this was not one of his favorite
Oh,
favorite
okay.
destinations. But he balled for us. That's how we grew to knew who he was. Like him and
Hmm.
Carr had
They had
that.
that good connection.
Yeah, like they had that chemistry, and I think whatever, like Devontae, because we seen Devontae and Jimmy kind of talking during the loss last week, and they were just trying, hopefully getting on the same page, and what he sees out there, and I think that's what Renfro needs to just get on that page too. Like, hey, if you see
Be a
this look,
talker. Start
yeah, like
talking.
that's what makes me so upset because it's like nothing's changing. No one is anyone not talking. Like, yeah, how are we not figuring this stuff out? Like, it should be like, hey, bro, if you get into that same situation again, I'm gonna be right here. So just know every time you get into this situation, when that linebacker comes down to get you, I'm gonna be right here. As soon as that, it's like that. You should know. That's what like you see the Patrick Mahomes. You see uh the Bills quarterback too. Him and
Yeah, Josh
Diggs.
Allen.
Yeah,
Oh,
Josh Allen and Diggs. Like they
Stephon Diggs. Yeah.
communicate. Like even some people think it's arguing and stuff like that, but
It's productive, bro.
yeah, a
It's
lot of
good.
it's getting on the same page. Like bro, I was there. You just have to just trust me. I'm gonna be right here. Just throw it. You know what I mean? Just like I'm. And it's just communicating because it's like you. It should never be like oh well. It's like yeah, you have to shake off a bad play, but you have to learn something from that too. You have to be like okay, I'm gonna create opportunity. I seen this, so I know this is open. It's like you can. There's like a lot of like the great players like Kelsey. I hate to say that, but he
I mean, he's
sits
a great
down.
player. But I mean, even Max
Man,
Crosby, bro, he admitted the best 1-2 combo in the league. He
mhm,
said it, the best 1-2 combo in the league, bro. It's Mahomes and Kelsey, bro. I mean,
yeah,
where's the lie, bro?
man.
Unfortunately,
Like
man.
Kelsey,
Sucks to say
Kelsey,
it, man.
Kelsey used to be a quarterback, so he knows zones. He knows it's like all he does is sit down in zones. He knows your limits. He knows where you can cover all the way to here. Okay, bam. I know the holes. I know everywhere to get where you can't. And it's like that's why it looks on when you see it in real game. it's like, why is this dude always open? It seems like he's always open with
Or when he's not, he's just open at the right times. He always
yeah,
like again like that game he
yeah,
had against us where it was like he didn't have a single
yeah,
outside of the end zone. He never
yeah.
caught the ball, but inside the end zone, he always caught the ball.
I'm
Bro,
like,
he did 4 straight against us, man.
yeah, that was sad. And it's
Yeah,
like he just knows, and it's like like the best combo because they both know defenses, and it's like we need to get on those same pages too. It's like we have to communicate. I don't know what it is. Like I was going to talk about this earlier. I wanted our quarterback, our really our excuse me, our whole offense to go rogue. If it's McDaniels, if you really feel it's McDaniels and why you guys aren't being successful, and if you guys have to have a players only meeting and just game plan for yourselves. Like if you think his scheme isn't working, make it work. You guys get paid a lot of money, so make it work. Talk about it. Say, hey, he wants us to do this, but this doesn't work. So I'm gonna do this instead. So just get whatever it takes, man. Like
yeah, 100%.
if you honestly don't like losing, you guys are gonna come together and be like, look, man, I don't trust this dude. I know if you guys are with me, but if you think this could work, I'll write it out for the team. But if you guys are on board, man, with us making this happen, like we know we can, you know what I mean? Because I hate losing. So you know what I mean. It has to be that
Just
type of
win, baby.
attitude. Like let's win, man. Let's do what we need to do. If this dude ain't gonna lead us there, then I will lead us here. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like, maybe aside from people on the fringes, or I don't know, I feel like I've seen things about Marcus Peters, but like the heart and the core and like the leadership of our team, in my opinion, they're still bought into McDaniels. Like, while there's like questions and like frustrations, at least from what I've seen from like media and just looking at stuff or like interviews or whatever, at least my opinion, they seem to be bought in and stuff. And a lot of Raider Nation's been, I don't know, getting at every opportunity to see, you know, like even a hint of,
they want the
McDaniels losing
soul.
the rocker bit. But
Yeah, yeah.
but aside from like I don't know, maybe people on the fringes of the roster and stuff, I feel like at least right now, it's not like it's not like what 2017 with Jack Del Rio. He lost the locker room that year, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Which was kind of sad, especially after we had gone to the playoffs. Man, he could have done something, but whatever.
You know how to pick them.
Better play. Yeah, I mean, it is. I just think McDaniel's doesn't have faith in his offense and stuff, and he's responsible for that because he's the head coach. He chose the talent, but
I think the line has a lot to do with it. I think we do have the talent. We do have the talent, and I don't think the line is
they've
spot on.
regressed a little bit. I feel like I don't think they've regressed a ton. Like the line's still giving us opportunities and stuff, but I think someone did make a comment earlier, like like Carmen Brasil, he like did some like magic or whatever last year um with the talent that he got to perform well, but this year I'm not as impressed. I think I think it may just be because maybe we're just not throwing it deep, so teams are able to stuff the box more. And if you're stuffing the box, then you're probably going to blitz a little bit more. Is my understanding? I think the Packers, an example, blitz more than they ever had against any other team. Where arguably some people in the Packers were like, I think we blitzed more against the Raiders than we did against all other teams combined, because they know they can just stuff the box because they know that Jimmy G, while he theoretically can throw it deep, it's just a theory at this point. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't demonstrated even a willingness to do that. So teams can stuff the box, and if you're an offensive line against a stuffed box, that's a losing battle. But yeah, the offensive line I feel like has maybe regressed a little bit, which isn't the best thing to see.
So we got the trade deadline coming up, right?
Yeah.
So what piece would you add? I know one piece isn't gonna stop this, what's going on, but what what trade would you make that would at least, you know, stop the bleeding a little bit?
Yeah, I mean it's got to be probably something involving Renfro and stuff. And someone did make a fair comment that it's not like Renfro is a particularly valuable asset now. Maybe going into last season he would be, but right now he's not the most valuable of assets, but he's still an asset. Even if it's pennies on the dollar, we can find a way to get something for him. You know what I'm saying? But look, me with like sports in general, I'm always just like about my team and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I usually don't pay too much attention to other teams. Yeah, I'm like a busy man, or when I like to relax, I like to do it in my own way and stuff. So I just don't have enough time to follow other teams playing football a little bit. Aside from, I don't know, I guess since I literally live in SF, I know a bit about the Niners and stuff, right? But like I just don't have the time. So it's not. I don't really have a good barometer in terms of what's going on in the rest of the league and who are the guys that could be traded and would be good assets. But it's probably got to be a trade involving Renfro. I mean, who else can we? What other asset do we have that wouldn't be horrible to lose, but could still get something in return? Like, the? Do you have an idea other than Renfro, a good asset that wouldn't be horrible to lose, but we'd still get something in return for?
I used to say Malcolm Kuntz, but I like Kuntz. I like his play because I felt like so if we weren't using him, another team could definitely I could see
I
some
guess
value.
maybe, yeah. I don't know. I feel
Uh,
like I feel like you just wouldn't get a player of meaning or value for trading Kuntz. I
yeah,
feel like the team that values Malcolm Kuntz the highest is the Las Vegas Raiders. That's my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm not sure if
and
you could really get something of meaning. And the thing we probably can enhance that will create meaning is our defense. You know what I'm saying? And he's already a defensive player, so that would just be a side grade at best. Whoever we would trade Kuntz for would be a side grade. I feel like. Shout out to the city, yeah. Shout out to the town. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir. Renfro, it's gonna be hard. Like, I think that was NorCal that said that about pretty much moving Renfro due to that contract because it's kind of, you know,
He got paid. Not an insane amount, but man got
yeah,
paid. Man got paid. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
yeah, for sure, for
and
sure.
and for him to because how they're using Devontae got paid, and they're well not using him as much as we would want to. It's just spotty. Like it's our offense, but like it. Like I was saying too, our roster's been in and out. Quarterbacks, Hoyer now, Jimmy, Aiden sometimes, um, Devontae out. It's like we've never been able to get it going, all together. So, but hopefully we can bounce back.
But yeah, hopefully, of all the people on our regime, I feel like Ziegler has probably impressed me the most. I mean, he had a big. We can just put a big fat L for everything going on with Chandler Jones and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it kind of blew up in his face in ways that maybe you can't blame him for, but it blew up in his face in ways that you probably can blame him for. But I feel like Zieg, my the fellow member of my tribe, a fellow Jew, he's probably impressed me the most with the regime. And if you listen to like his press conferences and interviews, he knows what he's doing and stuff, and he respects kind of the Raider legacy and stuff. So hope maybe he can work some magic. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can get some pizzazz going or something. I don't know. So
yeah. Like I like Ziegler. The thing that kind of concerns me, with the situation is, I know they're friends. They have history. Him and McDaniel's. So a lot of us are kind of calling for McDaniel's head. But I honestly don't know. Who the court or who the coach would be after. So I mean, I can't really call for him to be fired if I don't even know who's going to be there when he's gone. So. Uh, but it's like I just don't want this to be a thing where they're covering for each other, knowing that. That's why I'm thinking they pretty much know. I'm pretty sure it's no secret. They know they've sat down together and discussed the plan of the future. You know what I mean? So,
that
um,
probably came when I think part of the reason Mark Davis hired McDaniels is probably just because he probably brought like the most like complete vision and like just had an idea for the future and what needs to happen and stuff. Because Versace did show things and stuff, and yeah, I mean, at the time I definitely wanted to keep Versace and stuff, and definitely hearing Max Crosby go on interviews and like stand for the guy, definitely made me. But we. We can't relive the past and stuff. This is what we have, and we can either take it and at least watch the games, or we cannot watch the games. And I'm a Raider fan, so I'm gonna watch the goddamn games. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, bro.
Yeah, so because there's those rage moments where I'm like, man, I'm not watching no more damn games until this dude is out of here. But
And then
then
you when
yeah,
Sunday
every
comes,
damn
you
Sunday,
put on the jersey, man, and you,
it's
and
like,
you
all
cry
right,
at the TV. You know?
yep. So it's just a part of the process, man.
Yeah.
We're lifers. It's-
Yeah, if I
so
got to put on some clown makeup and watch Brian Hoyer start another game, I guess I got to do it. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. That irritates me so much when it's because you just have a little hope for Aiden. Just let Aiden get in there. Let him, because you never know.
yeah,
Like
I think
legends are made, in opportunities like that. You know what I mean? And
100%. Yeah,
Hoyer just it's just a waste. I just feel, in my opinion.
yeah. Like the only thing Hoyer is like I think like the current situation like of just like you have Hoyer. Like if Jimmy G gets injured during a game, maybe you can have Hoyer come in because he's just like that experienced neutral guy and stuff. But no more like Aiden starting every game that Jimmy G isn't starting. We know what we've got. Yeah, I put on the cloud windows on my post game show. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what we are. But poor Adeline Raider. I feel like before
Oh,
I
my bad, my
before I
bad.
leave, I'll push back against a little bit. I just feel like given the talent that Patrick Graham has, I feel like he's overperformed relative to the talent he has. So even though I really wasn't pleased with him early in the season, you know, I don't know. I feel like he's our defense, in my opinion, is greater than some of its parts, and its parts aren't that good. So it's not like the defensive product is that great, but our defense is uh, surprisingly kind of a bright spot of the team. So in my opinion, I don't think Patrick Graham um, should be fired and stuff, but at least
Yeah,
not yet. And stuff.
like I talked about Gus Bradley because that was the last defense that got us, at least to the playoffs.
Yeah, he did
Technically.
some things. I feel like particularly the issue with Bradley is his scheme, particularly against the quarterbacks in our division, really
Mm.
wasn't good because like the Chiefs, they blew our backs out, bro. And then the Chargers, our offense would score a ton, but their offense would score a ton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I mean, whatever. The Broncos are the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? We basically own that franchise. But
Yeah.
like the good quarterbacks in our division. That was the kind of the main issue I had with Gus Bradley's defense is against those quarterbacks. He was like the worst against. But I did like I like me some Bradley. Keep it simple. Just four people on the D line and just fucking cook. You know
Just
what I'm
get
saying?
after it.
Just cook, bro. Let the secondary do what it must. But just get your four guys to beat their 5 or 6 guys.
Yeah, like Patrick Graham this year has kind of been better than kind of what we seen kind of last year, and that's they've been adding players and stuff like that through the draft and free agency. So that's kind of a plus to see it headed in the right direction too.
Yeah.
I feel from what Mark Davis did with John Gruden, hiring him for whatever 10 years or whatever the contract
Yeah, that
was.
was probably not the most like John Gruden was actually building something. In all fairness, I mean, I'm not a John Gruden guy or whatever, particularly with the reason he came out for and stuff. But he actually was building something, and like man, dude, it makes me sad every time, bro. Dude, Henry Ruggs could have been something, bro. He could have fucking he was like on the path to stardom, bro. Like rent free. This the clip of him against the Steelers game, jumping 20 miles in the air and catching the ball, that lives rent free in my head. Like that dude
Coming doing
could
that.
just win any contested catch because the dude could just fucking jump and he would just get every
Yeah.
deep ball that Derek would throw at him because he could just jump. Just Derek would throw it a bit higher than he normally does, and Henry Ruggs could catch it, bro. Like
remember that Jets game where he
oh yeah, and he
closed.
was injured like that whole
Oh,
season. He couldn't even move side to side. He'd just like run straight in a line,
yeah.
and defenses would be like, "Whoa, what is this dude doing?" And he caught that and like just won it late. Honestly, bro, like 2020 Derek Carr was kind of, or like the was it the 2020 to 2021 or maybe the 2019 to
Was it
2020 season?
that
It was the
that
one where he finished like 9-9 or like 8-8.
was it the Aguilar? Was it
Yeah,
the
it was the
Aguilar year?
Aguilar.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. That was like, that was I kind of like that version of Derek Carr and
yeah.
stuff.
I
That was
I
that was
I like that because it. I think that
Our
was that.
defense sucked though. Our defense was
Yeah,
so bad. We would have made the
yeah,
playoffs if our defense was like worth like a penny, bro. Like our
yeah.
defense was so bad under what Paul Gunter, whatever the hell his
Oh
name
yeah.
was. That was
PG1, PG1.
yeah.
Yeah, like I like that offense with Aguilar. Aguilar ball, bro. Like I don't know what it was.
Him,
Like,
yeah, dude. Like Derek Carr gave him the secret sauce or
yeah,
the
like,
something, bro. Put something in his meals,
but
bro.
he was like so. One thing DC was good at was if you're a great route runner, and you can burn your guy. That's the thing. He's not going to make the tight, whatever.
He's not an accurate quarterback, but he can
Yeah.
sling
If
that
if
thing.
you burn if your guy falls down, if your defender falls down, oh yeah, he's got you. It's
He's
like
got
definitely gonna get you. Like he's gonna see you. But like that's
yeah.
the thing. Like he's not gonna make that over the shoulder, perfect. But it's gonna be like that.
Yeah,
You know.
he's not definitely accuracy isn't his thing. That's why he really wasn't that good in the end zone and stuff. He's not the most accurate of quarterbacks. But no, I mean he never really had the best deep weapons and stuff, and that's like his biggest strength is his deep ball and stuff. And then
Yeah.
when we had Henry Ruggs, it was like, oh, it's starting to come together. Like before Henry Ruggs, did the dumb stuff that he did. We were
Yeah.
5-2, even with a new head coach and Rich Bisaccia. We were 5-2, and then after that, people like I mean, I look fondly upon that season. We made playoffs, but after Henry Ruggs was gone, our team was 500. We were 5-5. Okay, after the 5-2 start, after losing Henry Ruggs and having a new head coach, we were just a 5-5 team. We were just like a good team that could win in close games, but would get blown out in the games we lost. And so we were a 5-5 team, and we sneaked into the playoffs and stuff because we just had no talent. John Gruden was not good in the draft. I'm saying he'd look out on some later round picks, but he really wasn't that good in the draft. So
And we did that with players like Zay Jones, Brian Edwards, who else? Renfro. Like those were our star wide receivers. That's it's like, and we can't do that with Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, Devontae, Jacoby, Hunter, bro. Like, come on. That's insanely. That the talent on that trio is insane.
Yeah.
We're getting Devontae and Jacoby involved, but we need to get them involved more, and we need to get everyone else involved. The reason we're not scoring over over 20 points is because of that and stuff.
So you remember when Devontae came, or sorry, when the beginning of this year before the season started, and Devontae was kind of voicing he wasn't liking the direction of this team. And
well, yeah, like in terms of he wanted to win and stuff. He knows. I feel like the way the media framed it and the way he actually framed things in his interview with that lady were like slightly different. It wasn't like hair on fire or whatever stuff. It's just he's he knows what's happening. He knows he's getting older and stuff, and he wants to have that legacy and that impact on things. So he wants to be on a team where he can make that legacy and put his stamp on the history of the NFL and stuff. And I don't blame him because he has the talent for that. And we're just not living up to his talent, unfortunately. So,
yeah, it's so. What do you think, in your opinion? What has to change on offense? Like, what are we not doing right? And what do you think? Like, if you were in charge, what would you change?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most, honestly, part of me is, I shouldn't be in charge. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just I shouldn't be in charge. But looking from the outside at this point, it's like at this point, just make Jimmy G throw it. Like, I don't get, again, like I said, bro, a deep ball interception is not the same as a not deep ball interception, bro. Literally just make him throw it. Make the defenses know how, okay, at least this motherfucker's going to try. At least he's going to try. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the main thing. is do that. And I feel like I like our tight end tight end sets
Yeah,
a bit more than our jumbo. You know, where we get like Thayer Munford as like the sixth tackle and stuff. I
yeah,
feel like defenses have to plan a little bit more and add more wrinkles to things when it's not Thayer Munford as the sixth, like you know, the sixth guy who they know isn't going to catch the ball, and instead it's a tight end where there's that threat of like, oh, we know even though he's worse at blocking this tight end, we know that he's a threat to catch the ball and stuff. So I feel like those are kind of two things: is more tight end sets, because I feel like just like looking at it from like a a layman's
yeah,
perspective. I feel like our tight end sets are pretty good, and then also just make Jimmy throw the ball again. Like I said, like it's probably going to be an interception, but just make it chuck the
yeah.
thing, bro. God damn, bro,
Yeah,
just punch
because
that thing, bro.
he's better when he throws the ball. Like it's when he's sitting there and he's his feet are going because he's ready
You
to.
got the happy feet, you know what I'm
Yeah, like
saying?
it's like, oh man, just throw the ball. But it's like I agree with you. Like with our, so when it's kind of limited to where it's just Jacoby and Devontae, they know how to stop that. All they know,
It's just two
it's like,
receivers. It's just two
yeah,
receivers. What you do
and,
is
and
you have the cornerback hover behind Devontae a little bit and let Devontae beat you a bit, and then you have the safety over the top,
over
ready
the
to come
top.
in as the body. That's
Yeah,
teams know how to do that.
and there and see, I think Jimmy is banking on, okay, Devontae's gonna get open. He's gonna get open,
He'll
and
somehow
then
just beat that,
and
but
then sack. And then it's like, okay, okay,
or he'll
wait,
make
wait,
those
wait,
hospital
sack.
throws
Yeah,
that'll put
yeah,
Devontae in the hospital, man. Like
yeah.
where
That is,
there's the linebackers coming at him
yeah,
200 miles an hour, and
yeah,
he'll catch the ball, but he ain't gonna
yeah.
hold on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like
I always said that before they get that man killed, man. Like, because I definitely don't want him to get just no catastrophic industry injury where he's just out, and then we're just all you got to do is stop Jacoby Myers, and then you got to shut down.
yeah, exactly, or whatever. But yeah, I think that's my thought is more like tight end sets that makes defenses kind of have to think more about what we're gonna do, and then more just again, it's probably gonna be it's not gonna be pretty, but just make him throw the fucking deep ball, like make the first read the deep ball, okay? Make it the first read. You know what I'm saying? So just so defenses at least have to like think. They have to have that doubt. Tight end sets, they make the defenses have that doubt. Like, oh, what are they gonna do? Deep ball makes them have that doubt. The jumbo
Yeah,
package where you have Thayer
yeah,
Munford as the sixth
exactly.
offensive line, they know. And
Yeah,
look, I'm not. I actually really like Thayer Munford, and like we're getting crazy value out of a seventh round freaking pick, bro. But
yeah,
like, defenses know what's gonna happen if sometimes when he's like filling in as the fifth guy, then defenses know. But when he's the sixth offensive line, man,
yeah,
defenses know, bro. They
yeah.
know it exactly. Just stuff the
He's
box.
he's definitely not going out for a pass. You
He,
know what I'm saying?
he,
Like it's
he ain't going for a run, bro. He ain't going for a
yeah,
run. He's
and and
standing where he
and
is.
and that right there shows me too, because when I was hearing that too, because he's been in there a lot too, having Mumford in there too.
Yeah,
Is
we
that
use jumbo more than any other
yeah?
team.
So and that's what I'm saying. That teams are just they know. It's like
Exactly. They know it's not going to
it's
be deep. They know it's. They know the quarterback
yeah,
ain't going to run, or it's just going to be
yeah,
some dumb Jimmy G happy feet stuff. They know
yeah,
that if we run a jumbo, what the hell? Just stuff the box and you'll block the run or
yeah,
block the pass. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Defenses know you're making the job way too easy on the defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what I said. Like Detroit has like multiple wide receivers, and we barely have three. You know what I mean? Like it's we're not deep enough, and it's like we're still building. And I know as Raider Nation we're expecting a lot out of just right now. You know what I mean? We want it right now, but looking at our team, we are not deep. We added a
we
piece,
have
and
we have the pieces, bro. The talent's
yeah,
there, bro. We
yeah,
can do it. We just got to put it together. Our
yeah,
quarterback's got to give us something. You know what I'm saying? Our
yeah,
quarterback's just got to do a little something for us.
yeah,
Our offensive line got to be a little bit better,
yeah.
and just let the defense cook. Give the defense a chance, bro. Don't make it so that they have to defend, at the 30-yard line. Make them defend at their 30-yard line. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Give the defense a chance, bro. And we can win these games. We have the talent to win. We have that's like the one silver lining is we fucking have the talent to win. That's I feel like I could say more, but I think this is a good point for me to drop out and stuff. We've had a really productive
No,
conversation.
very, very good convo, brother. I was gonna say I gotta have you on there again too, man. Whenever you're free, let me know too.
There we go. Well, peace
It's-
and love, bro.
yeah,
I'm
for
gonna do
sure,
some
man.
final words. Whenever I get a call with like one of my best friends, oh, last words, last words. And we like,
For sure.
we're
Hey,
just like you say the word last words at each other like 20 times.
hey,
You
last words.
know? Just win, baby. It's not taking season, at least not yet. And yeah, just win, baby. There we go. That's my last
That's
words, bro.
man.
Just win, baby.
Hey, that counts. Definitely. Hey, appreciate you, Morris, man. Raider Nation for life.
Exactly, bro.
Appreciate the good conversation. Very good comments, man. I love where your head's at. I'm pretty sure you got a couple people's vote over McDaniels for coach. So,
Oh, damn. There
you know what
we
I'm
go. A
saying?
couple people.
Hey,
There we go. Hey, Sub and Mo. Sub and Mo. You know
you
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying? Hey, for
Coach
sure.
Kennedy. That was a nickname in my track
Man,
team. Coach Kennedy, bro.
man.
Southern Coach Kennedy, you know?
Kennedy over McDaniels all day
There we
long.
go. Yeah, let's get the campaign going, bro.
For sure, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Peace, man.
Yes, sir. Boom. Appreciate you guys, man. And we're back, man. That was actually a great conversation, man. Good back and forth. I like his. We used to always talk at work about just the Raiders and the schemes and stuff like that. Just when we do our huddle and stuff like that. But great. He has some great points, great views. Shout to Ben too, man, because he definitely inspired like a lot of the just us coming together, like because most of the time I guess it started back in the day when we would all come together at games and then the parking lots and the what I'm saying the tailgates and everything like that. But now technology has allowed us to come together, man, like no matter where you from, if you on the east coast, you down south, up north, west coast, we could all come together as a nation, man. It's a good thing. And I've seen Ben do a lot of that, man, just bringing people together, and it's a good thing, man. Like I like the through the struggles of our team, it's been us that kind of keep each other going, keep us, keep our heads in it. Like it's always another perspective that will help that. I call it the rate of recovery from like the losses and stuff like that, because we'll be like, oh, this team, blah, 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 whatever. And then somebody will have a take and he'll be like, okay, that's a good way to look at it. I never looked at it like that, and it kind of gives you that early bounce back. So, shout. Yeah, appreciate you guys too, man, for being here. Um, I know we kind of, because when honestly, like when I do these breakdowns, I kind of watch these. Yes, sir. I see you, Ben. Thank you too for the invite too, brother. And then Rafa, I work 9 to 6. Oh, I'm not work, but I have a training 9 to 6 tomorrow. So if it's before that or after that, I got you, bro, for sure. Yep, no doubt. But yeah, like we, every week, I study pretty much the team we're playing. I listen to their kind of how they see, and one of the things these people are being very disrespectful on these Detroit podcasts. So they're saying they're putting 40 on us, right? They're saying 42-6, something crazy. So I took that kind of disrespectful, but don't get me wrong. Like the way that our defense is injured, there is an opportunity they could put some points up. But I'm thinking I want this to be a shootout. I think with Jimmy, this is the best opportunity for a shootout. Besides Aiden's young arm, but I think the bright lights, the prime time, and the Lions are the Lions. It's not like they've been good for a couple years. They've been, they kind of just start turning it on towards the end of last season. And yes, they beat a Kansas City team, but any given Sunday, and it was the first game, so I'm pretty sure KC has figured it out by now. Who they are. So Detroit. Let me see. Let me go back to my we stuff. So Detroit. Out of our next 3 games, we have Detroit, the Giants, and the Jets. Um, Mr. Talked about, last week we were blew out by Chicago. All three phases, besides our punt unit, was exposed. We got Jared Goff. Shout out to the Cal quarterback. Go Cal. Uh, excuse me. So he had a 62.3 completion percentage, 284 pass yards, no TDs, one interception. Jared Goff is 59, 47, and 1 in his career. So he's been on some good teams. He's been on, well, no, sorry, not good teams, but he's been on a good team of, excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, he's been on a good Rams team. I almost said Lambs. He's been on a good Rams team with a good defense. That kind of all he had to do was really kind of manage the game and not make too many mistakes. This team, he has to be kind of more of an offensive threat. He was more of a kind of game management type, potential pocket passer. He has some good. He has a good running game. I think it's like a three-headed monster. David Montgomery's out, but coming back has a possibility to come back, but I'm pretty sure he's going to probably be out if I'm not mistaken. They have Jahmyr Gibbs and what's the other guy? Mr. Reynolds. So it'll probably be more Jahmyr Gibbs, but they'll have Reynolds too. Receiving back, small back. So we're gonna have a matchup of Goff versus Jimmy G, with Jimmy G being back. Thank goodness for no Hoyer. So like I was saying, they were being real disrespectful on these Detroit Lion podcasts and the news and stuff like that. So they think it's gonna be a blowout. Many see us giving up 40 points. Yeah, everybody said 42, 40, possibly 45, all this kind of stuff. But I think we need to do a good job. I think our offense will be better with, having Jimmy back in the game. I think, we're not as limited because at least we have an option, that can run. Because I think that's what it takes. I mean, I'm not saying I want him running all over the field, but it's you. There's sometimes plays aren't going to be there. So instead of getting nothing or throwing a pick, get 3 yards, get 5 yards, get whatever you can. I'd rather positive plays over negative plays. And we are in a must-win from here on out. Can we finally find the recipe for success? Can we peel off 5 wins in a row, 4 wins in a row? We just have to just start competing better, being able to put teams away, not letting them take us all the way to the fourth quarter and then just drop us off. Like, we have to be able to consistently put up points, be able to put teams away early in the game and not, and be able to just contain them and not give up points. And we have to score touchdowns over field goals. No more, we got to get field goals here and there. Field goals should be used to just pad the lead. So you need more than just a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. Boost it to 9, boost it to, where they have to score twice. And then just, but in the beginning of the game, you have to score touchdowns. It's touchdowns because normally the first, couple touchdowns, if you could score on your first 3 drives, I promise you have a great chance to win. So it's not like you have to do a lot. A lot of teams just put it on us early. And then they're like, all we got to do is just coast. Because they'll catch up, but they'll never close it out. So how I see it is we have to start scoring. If you're going to script these first drives and stuff like that, and you're going three and out, then what are you doing in practice? It's like you should have wrinkles. You should have seen everything in practice to be able to counter whatever they're throwing at you. And if you're not, your coaches aren't doing the best job to get you guys ready. So, because I get it, man. Like, defenses are getting better, defenses are getting faster. But what are you doing to counter at the end of the day? Must contain the run and make the kid throw. I think that might have been. Oh, that might have been from last week. Excuse me. Let me see. Keys. Oh, in fact, since we were on that one, that was for last week. So I said, what did I say? Must contain the run and make the kid throw. We did not contain the run, and the kid threw. And no turnovers, no. So he did, shout to the kid, Mr. Bagent. I said we could get turnovers. That is what will provide separation for us. For our defense is going to have to save us once more. And they did not. So, just to backtrack on what I said for last week, and said must contain the run and make the kid throw, and yeah, we let the kid throw all day. And run. And, so moving forward. Yep. Keys to victory, keeping Jimmy upright. Limit Detroit's offense by keeping them off the field. We're depleted on defense. We're in spots, so we have to help our defense out by our offense staying on the field, keeping drives going, no three and outs. Grinding clock, scoring touchdowns. Now, if we could do that, let's score early, fast, keep scoring, keep padding our lead. Who will step up on defense with injuries to our secondary? Offense needs to wake up. Jimmy gives us the best shot. We need Jimmy to stay upright. They have a good defensive line of Aiden Hutchinson, young up and comer. He didn't get, I think any sacks last week, but he has, he has opportunity to try to get some against ours, with our line being a little sketchy at times. But I feel, excuse me, I feel we have to be more creative in our screen game. We have to be able to get our backs. I think Abdullah should be playing for that reason of screens and stuff like that. I think it should be more Jacobs and Amir Abdullah. Zamir just isn't the type to be, the elusive type to create his own opportunities. So that's why I say Amir, like these double screens, not these generic, just one, because it's like I see, there's a lot of creative offenses out there. Like I see Miami a lot. I see the Bills even being creative with a lot of their, screen games and stuff like that. So I think we just need to stop being vanilla. Start looking at, if it was me, I'm looking at teams that are being successful with plays, and I'm taking little plays here and there, and just trying to make my team better. Because I feel like if you're not doing that, you don't want your team to be successful. Because I respect when a team makes a nice play and it's a nice scheme and it's a nice, I appreciate that, and I'm like, okay, damn, how come we ain't doing stuff like that, because we all inspire each other. Like there shouldn't be. That's why people talk about people hating on people and stuff like that. I feel like everyone should be inspired by different things. Like we shouldn't talk down on people that are doing something that we admire. Like, hey, like I like that, man. That's that's cool. It's just a part of getting better, a part of making ourselves better. Because if you appreciate things in other people, people will appreciate things in you. You know, not always, but for the most. Yep, I appreciate you guys putting up with me too. We're a little early, but like I said, work and everything like that. I got to do a training for a couple weeks, so I will let you guys know if it's going to be a, you know, 4 week straight thing or what it's going to be. Let's see. Yep, I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys coming through. I will not hold you guys too much longer. I covered everything I kind of wanted to talk about. We had Morris on. Morris came through and definitely uh, lit the podcast up today. Appreciate that too. That was very, very good. I like the back and forth. I like the opinions of everybody because like I know in my heart of hearts that you guys love this team. I know that even whoever the coach is, whoever the regime has in place or whatever, we want success for this team. Nobody wants this team to tank. Like I hate losing to the core, and the only thing I just when I get into the tank talk thing, it's just like that's basically that's me saying we can't be this bad on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see us being this bad. I never see this team that bad. And it's like the only way I can see us losing all these damn games is if there's a plan. You know what I mean? Like, and this is because that's why I see. I hope we win every game. Like, just know that I want us to win every game, no matter what. I never want us to lose if that's the goal. Because it's like we've lost for long enough. Like we should have tanked a long time ago. If that was the plan, we should have been tanked. But I want us to win, and I want us to win now. We got the Super Bowl this year in our home. What better team to host it than us? So, like D Menace said, man, F tanking. Let's win. So, offense, wake up. Defense, ooh, just hold us down. Just hold us down. Just be a top five offense long enough, or excuse me, a top five defense long enough for our offense to wake up. Offense, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands. Line, block, communicate, block some more, block some more, and just whatever it is, communicate. Josh McDaniels, please put the best players on the field. Don't think about money. Don't think about the check that you're paying this player over the player that can really get in there and do the job. Put the people in that can do the job, because you're killing the Smalls. You're doing things that are questionable. You got people like myself sitting at home thinking I could outcoach you because of the plays and the mistakes that you make. I think that I could be a third string quarterback because of the third string quarterback we have in Brian Hoyer. There's people from the Patriots that were supposed to be here to help that don't even play. So basically, you just got a couple of the kids that you liked over there in New England and brought them over here so you could provide for their families. So, and it's like they're not helping us. And like I always say, if you're not helping, you're in the way. So, but like I said, I want success for this team. And if this is the guy that has to bring it, whatever it takes, I want this team to be successful. So, McDaniels, get it together. If I come for your job for real, I'm gonna start coaching. But I hope he gets it together. I hope he figures it out. I just, last year he got off to a slow start. This year he got off to a slow start. Yeah, you're gonna be famous. Good. This is Shady, y'all. Say what's up, Shady. What up, dude? There we go. Yeah. So Shady feels we're gonna win. Just got a feeling. Just got a feeling we're gonna win tomorrow. Prediction time. I will say I'm gonna take a chance, man. I'm gonna say 28 to. Someone says 28-16. 28-16 Raiders, of course. So, but we got to do a lot of things right. We're not playing Mahomes. We're playing Jared Goff. You know, mid tier quarterback. He's got some weapons around him, but we got some weapons too. We have the opportunity to get back even again. We've been down this road again. So let's get back to 4-4 and let's move on to New York. Appreciate everybody coming through. I will let you guys know what day next week will be on. But yeah, like I said, I have the training, so I will be doing that. I have a training today at 2, so I have to go to that too. So everybody have a blessed day. Nation, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys to death. Speak those lines, man, those cowardly lines. Let's get it. Nation. Let's tame those lions. Oh yeah, before I forget, Alex Ghost, man, you won last week, so hit me on IG, Freeze23JAE, and Facebook, Friday Freeze, so you can get your prize, brother. All right, Nation, be smooth.